Hi, welcome back. This is the second of a series of 7 videos on planning significant personal change. Today we're going to talk about the compass, how to figure out where you are and chart a path from where you are to where you want to be. So the worksheet for this step, which is available through the link in the email. If you're not getting the emails, please sign up using the address that's displayed on the screen. The worksheet has 2 questions. Firstly, where are you now in relation to your goal? And secondly, what direction do you need to head in? You may have heard the story of the city couple lost in the country among the winding country roads, and eventually they see an elderly man by the side of the road, and they pull over and ask him for directions, tell him where it is that they're going, and he looks up into the sky, and he looks down on the ground, and he puzzles, and he scratches his head, and finally he says, "You know, I don't think you can get there from here." Well, there is always a way to get there from here, but you need to know where there is. That was step 1, setting the target. And you need to know where here is. Step 2, figuring out where you are currently, what your current situation is. So a well-planned program like the one that I'm going through, that I'm using as my worked example, will often have a test at the beginning, a pre-test to tell you what level you're currently at. The program that I'm going through is the 200 sit-ups program, and you start out by doing as many sit-ups as possible, and that shows you whereabouts you are in terms of the number of sit-ups that you should be attempting at each of the subsequent stages. Very nice. If you can find a program like that, that's great. For your particular change, you may need to create your own program. But whatever you're doing, important first step or early step is to figure out exactly where you are in relation to your goal. And it may be worthwhile consulting an expert, a personal trainer, a counsellor, a coach, somebody who has experience in assessing where people are and helping them towards their goals. If you happen to be in Auckland, New Zealand, I have a practice there, and you can consult me, and this is the website address. I very frequently meet people who know where they are, and they know where they want to be, but they don't know how to get there. They don't know the steps in between. My ebook, which accompanies this course, has some techniques which may be helpful there. My follow-up course, Change Your Mind, has some more techniques which are very useful in achieving that transition. One thing to bear in mind, though, is it can be counterproductive to look too early at a solution. One of the things that you learn if you hang around engineers is that you need to really thoroughly define what they call the problem space before you start in on the solution space. I had an email just the other day from somebody who wanted to make some changes. She's overweight and she smokes, and she knew exactly what she wanted me to do for her. She wanted me to hypnotize her so that everything that she shouldn't consume, the unhealthy food, the cigarettes, everything except vegetables was going to taste like vinegar. And I wrote back to her and said, well, depending on your particular hypnotic ability, I might be able to do that, but it's not the approach that I usually would take. She'd gone a little bit too quickly to the solution space, and I recommended to her some alternative ways of achieving the goal that she was looking for. So don't lock yourself in too early to a solution. It's important at this stage to know where you want to be. It's important to know where you are. It's important to know the direction you need to head in to get from the one to the other. But it's not necessarily the case that you need to know every detail of the path in between. Just something to bear in mind. Okay, so that's the compass. Knowing where you are, knowing where you're going, which direction you need to head in general, in between. Next video, I'll be talking about the prize, the thing that you hold in front of yourself to motivate yourself when things get difficult. Because change is difficult. Change takes commitment, takes perseverance. And as you practice, as you follow these principles and some other principles which I provide in my ebook that accompanies the course, you'll find that perseverance is available to you. So, if you're not signed up for the emails, please do so, because they contain links to useful stuff like the ebook and the various websites that I mentioned. Here is the sign up link once again. Thanks very much, and I look forward to talking to you again next video.